Hello, Gemini. Thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Thelma Tarot. Here's the other side of the box, and it's by Renata Lechner. And the supportive oracle cards are by Lucy Cavendish, the magical spell cards. I think I just said that backwards, but that's okay. We don't have a lot of cards popping up. Alright. There's not a lot of cards, but I've learned the hard way that doesn't mean anything. So let's see what we're going in. Typical to a lot of other signs in this segment, you're coming in with some really good energy, and I'm seeing the Four of Wands. I'm getting a very comfortable, stable, happy feel. Like, comfortable. I'm feeling very comfortable here. Like, I'm feeling like... I just feel like I'm sitting in a nice, warm, comfy chair, and just, like, I feel really good. I feel very safe where I am. I'm comfortable. Like, I feel really good. And that's the energy you're coming in with. This is where your thoughts are. Now, you're comfortable and happy is what I'm getting. Things seem to be good. Good. You got a face-down tarot card here, which is what's happening in the environment. Wow, I'm not surprised. I shouldn't be surprised this card's popping in. Now, this was face down, so I'm getting, like, you're feeling good, you're comfortable. I'm getting this as opportunity. I'm getting... There's an unexpected moment where things feel really, really great. And I've said this with the other signs, and I'll say it here too. It doesn't have to mean romance. It just means it's a very good moment where you're feeling loved. You're loving and you're feeling loved. Let's do that. It doesn't have to mean romance, especially with a general read. But, like, this is an unexpected moment where you're, like, really... feeling appreciated and appreciating the moment at the same time. I know it's not very defined. It feels very loose. It could be romance. Like, it could be literally somebody popping into your life or some unexpected surprise in a romantic sense. It could. I just don't think I'm going to limit it to that. Especially since it's face down. Like, it's like a surprise. Like, unexpected. Unexpected coming your way. Now... this is very unexpected, and I get that it comes and it goes pretty quickly. But the thing is, I'm seeing, like, you liked the moment. You have the Six of Swords. You liked the moment, but you seem to be moving on, feeling it's the best to let it be what it was. Alright, I'm just going to keep going with it, because I'm starting to question, like, what exactly are we talking about? And they're like, it's a general read, it depends on the person, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm getting, like, it was a great moment, but you're like, you're leaving it where you're leaving the moment in its place. You're not pulling it into the future with you. That's what I'm getting with the Six of Swords. You're not pulling it into the future. It was a moment, it was a great moment, but you're leaving it there. The other side, like, if there's somebody else connected to this, if it is romantic, I'm getting they're very inspired by you. Now, if it's not romantic, they're still inspired by you. Whatever the situation is, this person is very inspired by you. And I'm getting, like, that seems to be pulling forward to, like, this person coming back around. Because it's like, you're leaving the moment where it was. You're like, it was a great moment, but it was a moment, and you're leaving it there. The other side, though, is whatever it was, whatever way it hit for you, this other side is pulling back towards you. And I'm getting the Seven of Pentacles, like, maybe we could have more of these great moments. And I feel like you're talking this over with whoever, in whatever level that hit for you, however that hit for you. I just don't like to pigeonhole it to, like, a romantic thing, because I know it goes different ways. But they're coming back towards you, and they're like, hey, we could do this again. And you're talking out about ways to make this happen. And I feel like you're kind of like, well, when can we do this? And you're making plans. I feel like this feels like making plans to me. And you seem to be extremely excited about this. This feels really good. I'm getting you might be getting carried away here. Because we have two more cards left, but they're both face down. One of them's in the environment and one's in the action. So I don't know what's coming yet. I haven't seen it yet. I feel like you're extremely happy. All right, let's see. I'm slowing down because I feel like the current is going really fast here. Now the other side has justice. Like justice is making itself known here. And actually, because this is going to be a positive card, I know that. Yeah, so it's great. So I don't know. Might as well flip it over. Now the other side. See, I'm getting. You need to be careful here. I'm getting you need to be careful because the other side has ideas about what is right. The other side has direction on what they want. And they're going for what they feel needs to happen here. I'm getting they're going to kind of pull you along onto something that you might not be really all that excited about. And I'm getting here, this could be a little, like a little cutting here. I'm getting a weird feeling here, like this other person's balancing out what they feel is fair and how they feel about the situation, and I feel like they're kind of moving things forward in a certain way. I'm getting... See, this isn't really... I'm just being careful, because it is the Justice card. I'm feeling like this other side is pushing things forward. I do feel like they're talking to you, but you might want to read between the lines a little bit more. Because I feel like they're giving you moments where they're kind of hinting at things, but these hints are actually where they're going with this situation. So... I don't see. It's funny because I don't want to put that to a romantic situation only. I definitely don't, but I am getting somebody's connecting with another person in a romantic sense. It seems to be one of those things where they're not really thinking they want to pull this person into their life. This is the Gemini side. You're not really wanting to pull this person into your life, but there's a very wonderful, joyful moment. You seem to be kind of moving on from it, or just letting it be what it was. The other person's very inspired, and when they're coming back towards you, I feel like they're dropping hints about cementing you into their life and making it a public affair. And you're just kind of letting them talk. I don't know if you're really on board with that. I don't feel like you really are, to be fair. But they're not kidding. When they might be saying it casually, making it a public thing where you're together, and you're like, well, I don't feel like you're rebuking it. But you're internally I don't know if I really want to do that. But I don't feel like you're giving them pushback on it. You might want to, because I feel like it's going to actually happen before you know it. It's almost like that's your warning that they're going to do something to make this situation public. So the Justice card is on their side in the sense of they feel like because they gave you a heads up that they wanted it, if they do it, that it's fine. Because I feel like it's going to come forward. I do feel like it's going to come forward. And I feel like that's the good cheer, that you're very excited and having a good time with this person, but you might not realize that something they've said they actually plan to do. Because I don't feel like that's completely out of the realm of possibility, but I don't feel like you're realizing how much they mean what they're saying. I'm getting, especially here in the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like they're telling you what they really want to do, but you're taking it as if it's possibilities. Maybe this, maybe that, but it's not really maybe this, maybe that for them. They're kind of saying, I'm going to do this. They, instead of possibility, put I'm going to in front of it. I'm going to make it public. I'm going to keep going forward with you. I'm going to, make dinner plans, whatever. Not possibilities, but what they plan to actually do. Because I feel like you're interpreting it like they're telling you possibilities. They're telling you things they plan to do. It's like that's the difference. I feel like that's the disconnect here. You're taking these things as they could happen. They're telling you these things as if, well, they're telling you these things like this is what's going to happen. But the way the conversation's coming off, it's just very nice and gentle. So you're not realizing that these are things this person is planning to do. Not these are options that you could possibly do. Like I feel like that's the biggest thing with this reading. Realize that they're telling you things that they plan to do. They're not options. It's actually almost like a plan for them. I hope I'm putting that through correctly. Like I hope it's coming off. Like the message is coming out. Because I feel like you're taking it as like they might. Possibilities. It's not possibilities. This is what they plan to do. And I feel like if you see it in the correct light, you can like make the situation go a lot better. Because what I'm getting going forward is like you have grace going forward. I do get there's a little bit of sweating here. And I feel like that's because it's not like this is a bad situation, but I feel like you're sweating some things out because this person is going forward with things, and once you realize that they're actually going forward with everything they suggested, I feel like you're like, oh, I wish I said something earlier, or oh, I wish I handled this differently. Because I feel like that's the sweating it out part. Like, oh, it's kind of like a roller coaster right now. I know it's happening, I know it's going to happen, but if I'd realized that this was something this person was telling me they were going to do, not that they were considering, I would have handled this differently. And I feel like that's the biggest thing. Realize when they're coming back towards, like, you're very happy coming into this, an unexpected moment happens. You seem to move on from it, like, I'm going to leave it in the past. It was what it was. But then this other person comes back towards you, and they're pushing forth possibilities. It's at that moment, those possibilities are what they're planning to do. They're not really just possibilities. It's what they plan to do. And as long as you see it in the correct light, you can plan for it, you can be okay, you can be ready for it. I feel like it makes a big difference. Because I feel like you'll also put forward your opinion about what you do and don't want. And it'll shape things better for you. Are we good? Anything else with this? They're also telling me when you get, because you're going to have a euphoric moment, like that's the other thing with this, the possibilities. It seems like possibilities to you. You're on cloud 9 because this person is really making you feel good. So they're warning, like you're going to be in a really good mood. You're going to be feeling really, really good. You're just going to want to go with the energy. That's going to be your natural feel, to just go with the energy. And that's why it's a challenging moment, because I feel like you're not going to have the want to push back much. You're going to be very agreeable. But they're saying you can still agree in a way to where it's easy for you. Just like when these possibilities come forward, possibilities that are really more of plan than possibilities, just push it forward how you would like them to come forward if they did come forward, because that's probably what's going to happen. For example, say you don't like Facebook and this person does. You don't want everything you're doing on Facebook. So make sure you put that forward. Like, I don't really like that stuff on Facebook. Like, if you want to post a restaurant that you were at, that's great, but I don't really like my life on Facebook like that. Like, make that clear if you don't like that. Make that really clear. Because you might be shocked at what happens. Good? Done. I feel like they're just saying it. The only thing I needed to really hit home with is that you're going to be in a really, really good mood, and you're going to be very conducive to what they want. That might end up, if you just let it go with the flow and don't really, you don't have to give pushback, because I don't feel like you're going to want to give pushback, but just like tailor it to the way you would ideally like it to happen, because it'll probably happen that way. Good? Good. They're telling me just to shut it down there. All right, thank you for watching. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.